Hi, I'm Dr. April Trainer, chiropractor and health advocate. Our mission at Health Enhance is to help people live longer, happier, and healthier lives. Welcome to our Healthy Living series, the knowledge, tool set, and inspiration to be as healthy as you want to be. Remember, the choices you make today will determine your health tomorrow. Choose a better you today. Now, one of the things there are many things that are different, but one of the things especially is very different in our modern day lifestyle. Human beings today have chronic levels of stress. Our ancestors would have had temporary stress, and stress is very natural. What happens when we're stressed is our cortisol levels goes up, and what that means is your body isn't focusing on health, it's focusing on fight or flight. So the type of stress our ancestors would have had is they would have been being chased or about to be eaten. So they would have been prepared to fight, or they would have been prepared to flee and run as fast as they could to save their lives. And either they would survive or they wouldn't. The other type of stresses they would have had is if they had enough food or not. But other than that, if they had full bellies and a safe place to sleep and they weren't dinner, then that was as stressful as their life got. So it was temporary. Human beings today, we have a very different scenario. We are chronically stressed. And there's a couple of reasons we're chronically stressed. One is certainly just the fast-paced lifestyle that we have. A big difference from the past compared to now, we used to live in tribes. From a genetic perspective, we're hardwired to have relationships. Because when we have relationships, when we live in a tribe, we are more likely to survive. The fact of the matter is, because our offspring are born so dependent, if a couple had a child, and then the man just went off and left the woman to fend for herself, it's very likely that the woman would be able to adequately provide for that child on her own if we weren't living in a tribe and as bonded families. So one of the reasons we're so stressed today is that we had very small tribes. In the past, there would have been someone that went and caught dinner, someone that prepared dinner, someone that slept, while other people were looking after the kids, and we would have had a huge support network. Today, we don't have that support network, or the support networks that we have are very small, which means we're doing everything. So one of the first things that I think is really important for us to do is just to acknowledge that, and not beat ourselves up if the house isn't as clean as we want it to be, or if we haven't spent 2 hours with our child, but you spent half an hour of meaningful time with them. And start looking at the things that you need to say yes to and the things that you can say no to as well, and what makes the biggest difference and what you consider a successful day. And yeah, giving ourselves a break about stuff, and not beating ourselves up for not being as perfect as we want to be. When we look at stress today, you're going to find as you start getting your adjustments that you're going to find your response to stress reduces. A great research has been done in Australia that actually shows people under regular chiropractic care, their cortisol levels actually start to drop. And it's almost like when you're getting your adjustments, it's like pressing your de-stress button. What happens for us today is because we're in chronic stress, and we're in chronic stress over not life-threatening situations, but your body doesn't know the difference between a tiger chasing it or you're running late, you've had a fight with your spouse, you yelled at the kids, and you've hit every single red light on the way to work. So your body interprets that the same way. And if you're going to bed going, wow, I sucked today, and I didn't get everything done that I wanted to, and I snapped at my spouse, and I've got so much to do at work today, what that is doing is your body's going to sleep stressed. Okay? So we need to be able to start turning that off, and your adjustments will help with that, which is amazing. But also when you're sleeping, sleep is when your body is doing healing and repairing. It's the most important part of your health repair cycle. So we want to make sure that you're getting a good night's sleep, and we want to make sure that your cortisol levels are switching off for that. The way you can do that, and it's very, very simple, when you go to sleep every night, is to stop and to close your eyes and think about the 3 things that day that you are most grateful about. And usually for me, they're the things that are very simple, like thank you, God, for the healthy meal we shared tonight. Thank you for the safe place we have to sleep. Thank you for the love in my life. And sometimes it's thank you, God, that today is over, because tomorrow has to be better. But what that does is in an instant, I can change my body, and you can change your body from stress, cortisol hormones, to I am safe, healthy, happy hormones. In a split second, you can transform your body by doing that. And you can do that at any point throughout the day. If you feel your stress levels rising, you do want to shut them down. Temporary stress is okay. Chronic stress is not okay for our body in any shape or form. So being able just to switch that off though for your sleep cycle is where it's going to impact your whole health and your whole day the most. That concludes this healthy living session. I look forward to catching up with you next time. And until then, remember, the choices that you make today will determine your health tomorrow. Choose a better you today. You deserve it.